So in this video, I'm going to talk about the exploration part. So how you can explore different career fields when you're in your college and find that one single career field which you seems find interesting. If you are in first year of your college, then keep watching till the end. So hey guys, welcome back to my video. My name is Piyush Jaiswal. I am second year electrical engineering student. So in the past 2 years, I've explored different career fields like web development, graphic designing, social media marketing, podcasting, blogging, and a bunch of other things as well. So after exploring all these things and trying to understand how we should explore different fields, I've come up with a framework or strategy called as LPW Strategy or Framework. In this video, we are going to go in detail about this framework and understand how or what is the best way to explore all these fields and find out the one single field which resonates with you. So let's get started. So what is LPW framework or strategy, whatever you want to call it? L stands for learning the skill. You can learn the skill from any course. It may be paid course on like Udemy, Skillshare, etc. Or it could be any course from unpaid course on YouTube. We have lots of free content available on internet, right? So that's the first one. Second term stands for projects. Now the course doesn't make you expert. What you do after going through a course, that is making projects and learning some other things, that will make you an expert. And the third step is W, which is work experience. Now for work experience, you can go for internships, do some freelancing gigs, and you can also move towards a business perspective as well. So I'm going to discuss all these three things in detail moving forward. So the first and foremost thing you have to do is to pick up a skill which you want to learn and then just immediately go for the course. It may be paid course or unpaid course. And after that, just religiously follow that course. You might feel the tendency like just wait for some particular course which is upcoming, which will be the one course, right? So that's never going to happen. Your mind is just putting you in a trap, right? So immediately go for a course and start learning. So once you're done with the course, it's time to sharpen your skills and do some hands-on experience, and that's where the real learning happens, right? So in your course itself, you might have done some projects, which is good, but you have to do some personal side projects. For those projects, you can find ideas easily on YouTube or Google. You have to just search it, and you must be projects because projects is very important in this whole process of exploring a field. Because if you're not doing the actual work, how you can experience whether you like that work or not? So that is the project part. So the next and the last step in this framework is work experience. So as I've told you there, you can go for internship, you can go for freelancing gig, or you can just look for some business perspective, right? So what you should choose. So I think in this case we can divide ourselves, the students or the person learning the skill, into two categories, right? So first category is someone who is also preparing for some competitive exams, uh, uh, side by side doing some learning some skills and building them. And the other category would be someone who is just completely focusing on building skills and not preparing for any competitive exams or placement, etc. So the first category where you are preparing for exams, I think, in my opinion, you must go for some freelancing gigs because that's doing that thing is in your control. You can decide when you have to make project, when you have to pick a freelancing gig or not pick, right? So that's it would be better if you pick that. And if you are not preparing for exam, you must go for some internships because in internship you have to do work every day. They will make you do work every day, and if you are preparing for exams, it will become difficult to handle that. So you must go for internships if you're not preparing for exam, and on side by side you can also look towards some business perspective in this aspect or in that skill or career field as well. So when you're in college and you're trying to learn different career, different skills and trying to explore different career fields, one very common question arises that how to balance between your college academics part and this upskilling part or your competitive exam preparation part and this part. So the thing is that the solution is very simple, but it's not easy, right? So the thing is, you can fix some schedule. You have to make a schedule for your own. You can work on late nights, like you might study for exams or for college till 9 p.m., and after that from 9 to 12 you can work for on your skills or projects, whatever you're working on. And also you can make use of weekends, because if you're in college you have to make a decent, or I would say proper use of your weekends. And that's the only day or 2 day in a week where you get time to do all these things. So it's not easy, but it's important, so you have to figure out it yourself. Now the next thing is there are various skills to learn, and there is you can invest a month in a skill, or you can also invest 4 to 5 years in a skill, right? So how to decide how much time you should give to a particular skill? So again, it depends on how much time you have. We can again divide into two categories. If you just enter into college and you have lots of time, right? So what you can do is you can just do allot a particular skill to a semester, and in a semester just go through that LPW framework, right? And just follow that. And when you graduate after 8 semester, you have experienced 8 different career fields. That would be very great. And in the case if you have less time, you are in second or third year of college, you can accordingly divide time, maybe 3 months for a skill, or it entirely depends whether you're preparing for exams or any other thing you are doing. So you have to accordingly divide that and build a strategy for you. Now in this exploration part, one of the most famous, interesting question, debatable question, whether you should become master of one or jack of all trades, right? So I think you should become master of one in the case if while exploring you have found a particular skill which you feel like that this is the one I have to pursue for my career, and I have to become expert in it. But that's just a very rare case. That doesn't happen easily. So what I would say is that you have to become a decent in every skill while exploring. So if you picked up a skill, just become decent in it, and then you move on to another skill and explore that career field until you find a field where you think you will want to excel, you want to become an expert at. So that would be my opinion on that. So at last, the last point is very obvious. Is about being consistent. So whatever you do, you have to be consistent. So if I talk about myself, so when I picked a course of web development, I've purchased that course of Udemy course of web development back at I guess March 2021. So I was just procrastinating. It seems boring to me. Then what I done to become consistent, learn that. I just gave me a goal, a deadline that in the month of May I have to watch this entire course of 55 hours. I have to consume that. So I didn't focus that time on whether I'm consuming that properly or not, but I just wanted to go through the course at once so that I can just get started and become feel a little bit motivated to take it forward. So you can simultaneously, or you can similarly, you can also put some deadlines over your course and for yourself, and follow that deadline, because whenever you start anything, it would be boring in the start, right? Uh, you'd never know whether that's going to be on that basis, on being boring basis. You cannot decide whether that field is for you or not. So you have to dig deeper, and you have to give it some time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months even, to decide whether that field is for you or not. So that's it in this video. I hope you like this video helpful and find some value out of it. And please give us suggestions and feedback in the comment section below, and like, share, subscribe.